Have you ever felt there's a hidden set of rules governing the universe? What if you could learn those rules and use them to shape your own reality? In 1908, a mysterious book called The Kybalion appeared, written by 3 anonymous authors known only as the 3 Initiates. They claimed to have compiled the secret teachings of Hermes Trismegistus, a legendary figure from ancient Egypt. Their goal was to distill ancient wisdom into 7 powerful principles, a guide for anyone seeking to understand the laws of the universe and use them to master the physical, mental, and spiritual realms of their life. For centuries, these teachings were kept secret, hidden away in lodges and societies. They were often written in symbolic language to protect them from persecution. Think of ancient alchemical texts. They weren't just about turning lead into gold. They were coded guides to personal transformation. But what good is knowledge if it's never used? The Kybalion teaches that these principles are not just for study, but for practice. You only truly possess them when you apply them to your daily life. So, what are these 7 Hermetic principles? They're all connected, but everything starts with the first one, the principle of mentalism. It states that the all is mind. The universe is mental. This means that the universe itself is a mental creation, held in the mind of a supreme consciousness. If the entire cosmos originates from a thought, what does that say about the power of our own minds? This leads directly to the principle of correspondence. As above, so below. As below, so above. This famous axiom tells us there's a harmony between the physical, mental, and spiritual planes. Just as the universe was created mentally, we too can create with our minds. There's a hierarchy, of course. The spiritual, or the subtle, gives rise to the physical, the dense. Spirit organizes and creates matter. This idea resonates perfectly with the third principle, the principle of vibration. Nothing rests, everything moves. Everything vibrates. This explains the difference between everything we see and do and see, from the densest matter to the purest spirit. The vibration of spirit is so incredibly fast that it seems to be at rest, like a spinning wheel that looks motionless. At the other end, dense matter has such a low vibration it also appears still. All of creation is just different levels of vibration, all emanating from that one source. This confirms the mental and subtle nature of existence. So, if everything is vibration, and our reality is a reflection of a mental vibration, how do we change it? To change our physical world, we must first change our thoughts and our vibrational state. And that's where the principle of polarity comes in. Everything is dual, everything has poles. Everything has its pair of opposites. You can consciously change your mental vibrations through willpower. By focusing your attention on a desired state, you alter your vibration. To get rid of an unwanted feeling, you don't fight it. You use polarity, you focus on its opposite. You can't just erase fear. Instead, you must cultivate courage, and the fear will vanish. It's like a dark room, you don't sweep out the darkness. You simply turn on a light. To eliminate a negative quality, focus on its positive opposite, and your vibration will gradually shift. Mastering polarity is the key to mental alchemy, the art of transforming your inner world to transform your outer world. But life isn't always smooth sailing, which brings us to the principle of rhythm. Everything flows out and in. Everything has its tides. All things rise and fall. Where there's action, there's reaction. Where there's an advance, there's a retreat. This law is everywhere in the rise and fall of nations, in our own lives, and in our mental states. But here's the secret. You don't have to be a victim of this pendulum swing. By understanding rhythm, we gain perspective when we find ourselves in a negative state. A master of these arts knows how to neutralize it. One of the axioms says, higher planes govern lower planes. By mentally raising yourself to a higher plane of consciousness, you can let the pendulum swing on the lower plane without affecting you. You rise above it and let it pass beneath you. This is achieved by polarizing yourself in your higher self, your I am, instead of your ego. You refuse to be carried away by the emotional tides. A true master understands that everything in the material world is dual and ultimately an illusion, a mental creation. They know they are not just a creation of the universe, but a part of it, a fractal of the divine source. And because of that, they too have the power to create and shape their own reality with their mind. This brings us to the final and perhaps most creative of the 7 principles, the principle of gender. And hidden within it is the key to manifestation. Have you ever wondered how to use these principles to bring your deepest desires to life? The principle of gender states, gender is in everything. Everything has its masculine and feminine principles. Gender manifests on all planes. Now, this isn't about physical sex. The word gender comes from roots meaning to create or to produce. It's about the duality of creation. The masculine principle is about directing energy, about will and intention. It's the seed. The feminine principle is about receiving that energy and actively creating. It's the fertile soil where the seed can grow. Each principle is powerless without the other. Thoughts and ideas are generated in the me, our mental realm. This is where we create and generate. But it needs the energy from the self, our higher consciousness, to truly come to life. But there's still a missing piece. A seed and fertile soil aren't enough for a tree to grow strong. It needs something more. What do you think it is? What powerful element bridges the gap between thought and reality? This is the secret we'll explore next time, a hidden generative principle that ties all of this together, from ancient Hermetic teachings to modern science. Thanks for joining me on this journey into ancient wisdom. If you found this fascinating, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next deep dive. See you then. Ever wondered why some people seem to effortlessly attract what they want, while others struggle? The secret isn't just about positive thinking. It's about a hidden principle that governs creation itself, a dynamic force that operates within you right now. Stay with me, and I'll reveal how you can consciously use this power to shape your reality. The ancient Hermetic texts speak of a principle of gender, the idea that everything has masculine and feminine principles. The masculine is the self, the spark of desire, the will that wants to create. The feminine is the me, the fertile ground where ideas are planted and nurtured. When these two work in harmony, creation happens. As above, so below. Just as the universe was created, so too can we create in our own lives. But there's a missing piece, an 8th, hidden principle some call the generative principle. And its essence is simple, care. Think about it. You can have the best seed your desire and the most fertile soil your mind, but without care, nothing will grow. Care is the focused, sustained, and deliberate attention you give to something. What are you truly caring about? Because whatever you focus on, you are feeding, you are generating. Most of us live passively, allowing the news, social media, and the opinions of others to plant seeds in our minds. We become the field for someone else's harvest. Our masculine principle, our will, is hijacked. But the key to taking back control is recognizing this. It's not about ignoring what you don't want. The ancient Kybalion teaches us that to remove something, you must focus on its opposite. You don't eliminate darkness by ignoring it. You bring in the light. You don't overcome ignorance by neglecting it. You acquire knowledge. So, how do we apply this? It starts with the heart. That's the first step. Your desire, your why, ignites in your heart. This is what truly matters to you. This is care. This spark then plants a seed in the mind. With constant care, your focused attention, the mind begins to imagine, to create on higher planes. Your brain's reticular activating system even starts to notice opportunities in the physical world that you were blind to before. Your heart's magnetic field expands, connecting you with people and situations vibrating at the same frequency. Finally, your actions must align. Heart, mind, action. This is the perfect triad. It's a concept found in ancient Kabbalah, known as becoming a king over your own reality. A king is one who masters their emotions, thoughts, and actions, aligning them with a single purpose. When your feelings, thoughts, and deeds work together in harmony, the divine light, the creative potential, flows into your heart, and your material reality rises to meet it. You are crowned king of your kingdom. Modern science is catching up. Dr. Joe Dispenza's research highlights the critical importance of heart and brain coherence. Think of the heart as the generator. It pumps life force through your entire being. It generates the energy of your experience. What you care about in your heart dictates what you think about, which in turn dictates how you act. The order is always care, knowledge, action. Heart, mind, body. This all stems from a profound Hermetic truth. The universe is mental. It is a creation held within the mind of the all, the source of everything. And since, as above, so below, we, as microcosms of the universe, also create mentally. Our tool for this is imagination. As the great Neville Goddard taught, imagination is God. It is the power by which you create reality. Your thoughts and your imagination are the two sides of the coin of creation. The world you experience isn't just an objective, external thing. It's a collective dream, as author Don Miguel Ruiz calls it. We are all co-creating this reality with our shared beliefs and perceptions. Your consciousness isn't just a passenger. It's a powerful force weaving the very fabric of your world. Every thought, every feeling, every intention you hold sends ripples out into the collective. So, the ultimate power lies in grasping this truth. Once you understand that the universe is mental and that you are an active creator within it, you hold the master key. You gain the ability to influence your reality, to overcome lower laws by applying higher ones, and to consciously and purposefully shape your life. Start today. Ask yourself, what do I truly care about? What am I giving my focused energy and attention to? Align your heart, your mind, and your actions with that one thing. Nurture it. Care for it. And watch as you begin to manifest the life you truly desire. Thank you for joining me on this journey. If this resonated with you, please like, share, and subscribe for more insights into the power of your own mind. Until next time, keep creating. Do we divide our lives into stagnant compartments, pitting the material against the spiritual? If you seek economic abundance, are you automatically labeled as materialistic, as if money and spirituality can't coexist? This division is just an illusion. We live in a world where the physical and the metaphysical are deeply intertwined. Christ taught us to give each what is due, reminding us that our existence spans both the earthly and the celestial. This is the profound principle of correspondence. By exploring it, we can unlock incredible wisdom about how the universe works and about our own true nature. The opening lines of the Emerald Tablet state, "That which is below is like that which is above, and that which is above is like that which is below," to accomplish the miracles of the one thing. It continues, "As all things were created by the word of the one being, so all things were created in the image of the one." What's being said here is fundamental. Hermes Trismegistus is suggesting an underlying unity in all of creation. A unity that manifests in the incredible diversity we see all around us. This cosmic unity means everything is interconnected, all stemming from a single primordial source. Now, if what's above is like what's below, and we are made in the image and likeness of the One or God, then it stands to reason that we possess the same creative capacity. Hermes tells us, all things were created by the word of the being. This resonates powerfully with John 1:1 in the Bible. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. This highlights the implicit creative power hidden within our own words. God, or the unity, through his own intention and imagination, gave rise to all matter. This concept brings us to another core Hermetic principle from the Kybalion, the principle of mentalism. All of creation, including us, is the result of the creative power and imagination of God, or the All. We live within it, and we are part of it. Just as the All creates through his mind, So do we, following the fractal nature of the cosmos. Think about it. Every night when we dream, we create an entire universe in our own image. With enough awareness, we can even become lucid in that dream and control it at will. Of course, in our waking reality, this process is more complex. We inhabit a collective reality influenced not just by our own mind, but by all the other minds that make up the human family. Nevertheless, by mastering these Hermetic principles, we can actively influence the co-creation of our own reality. Countless sages, mystics, magicians, and yogis have demonstrated this, performing feats that defy the ordinary. The ancient practice of alchemy, turning lead into gold, was a symbol for this internal quest, the transformation of the self towards enlightenment. The Emerald Tablet holds the key to this inner power, which is found in the union of what is above and what is below, the mind and the heart. When your mind and heart unite with the spirit, that divine creative force within you, you can create wonders in your own life. The Kybalion also teaches, every cause has its effect. Every effect has its cause. Everything happens according to law. Chance is but a name for law not recognized. No event is isolated. Each is a link in a great chain flowing from the creative energy of the all. This is the law of cause and effect. The universe is woven with infinite threads of causality, and none of us can escape its influence. Everything we experience right now has its roots in a past moment, whether we were aware of it or not, in this life or another. When we chalk something up to chance, we're simply admitting our ignorance of a law that's governing our destiny. That event was destined to occur as a result of our own actions and decisions. It's easy to accept that our victories are the result of our actions, but it's much harder to accept that we also sowed the seeds of our adversities. This principle, however, offers us a key. The causes of our experiences are diverse, some rooted deep in our past, even in childhood or past lives. We inherit genetic influences, and we're shaped by the society we grew up in, our education, our work, and the people around us. These are the planes of causality that mold our beliefs. Every student of metaphysics must carefully examine the information they've received throughout their life, deciding what to keep and what to discard. It's crucial to know which thoughts were given to you and which you adopted by choice. We always have the freedom to choose in the present moment, the only moment we truly have. This free will is our ability to select our thoughts, and in that capacity lies our true power to take control of our lives. In this process of mental selection, it's vital to be responsible and avoid blaming others or external circumstances. So many people avoid taking responsibility for the unhappiness they generate, blaming the government, the economy, their partner, or even the weather. But as the principle of correspondence teaches, everything that happens on the outside reflects our inner state. If something external causes us discontent, it's a sign that there is an internal wound that needs healing. So, if you find yourself in a period of loneliness, it isn't just bad luck. That loneliness holds a lesson you must learn. The most direct way to find answers is to ask your higher self or inner God, preferably in a state of meditation. The answers are often clear and concrete. Remember, prayer is only half of the dialogue. When we pray, we are talking to God. When we meditate, we listen for the response. After you pray, remain silent and pay attention. When your higher self responds, and not your ego, the unmistakable signal is a profound sense of peace. The challenges that overshadow our lives originate from this principle of cause and effect. Throughout countless reincarnations, we have sown seeds that are now germinating as our present reality. Some who sowed generosity in past lives now reap fortune. Others who transgressed universal laws find themselves entangled in adversity. But regardless of our starting point, we all incarnate with the opportunity to heal and evolve in consciousness. Obstacles vanish when we have fully assimilated the lesson they provide. Every challenge is an opportunity to expand our consciousness. In Buddhist and Hindu traditions, this is known as karma. Karma represents the debt we acquire, while dharma rewards our good actions. Every act of kindness comes back to us multiplied. Likewise, any harm we cause will eventually reach us as adversity. This is reflected in the ancient law of an eye for an eye, which isn't a rule of revenge, but an expression of cause and effect. We reap what we sow. The chain of karma can extend eternally, a cycle of victim and perpetrator across lifetimes. This cycle is only broken when one of the parties involved decides to grant forgiveness. True, authentic forgiveness dissipates bad karma completely. But it's not easy. Many who claim to have forgiven are just going through an intellectual exercise. True forgiveness brings peace. Divine justice operates through the law of cause and effect, so be aware of your actions. Every thought, every act is a seed that will bear fruit. This process is accelerating. What once required multiple lifetimes to redeem now happens in this very life. If you harm someone today, you'll likely face the consequences in the near future. This shift promises a leap in human understanding. We will realize our intrinsic unity, that we are all part of one being, all children of God. It is crucial that we help each other and practice forgiveness to foster this awakening of consciousness. But where does karma come from? From the ego. The ego makes us believe we are separate, unique, and special. Our spirit, on the other hand, tells us that separation is an illusion and we are all one. This feeling of separation creates guilt, and guilt seeks punishment, which our mind then creates loneliness, financial problems, illness. And when the ego can't find external culprits, it directs the blame inward, leading to frustration. To resolve this, we must understand that we all make mistakes on our learning journey. They can be corrected without condemnation. Forgiveness must extend to ourselves. Beyond our ego lies our higher self. Learn to invoke its guidance, especially in moments of conflict. When we get caught in constant internal drama, we just absorb others' energy. But upon awakening, we discover an infinite, inexhaustible source of energy within. We don't need to take it from others. Let us always remember, we are the protagonists of our own story. In every moment, in every act, we sow the seeds of our future and reap the fruits of our past. May this understanding inspire you to live consciously, honoring the power of your free will to transform your life and the world around you. Thank you for joining me on this journey today. If this resonated with you, please consider liking this video and subscribing for more explorations into the nature of reality. Until next time.